If you're doing dropshipping and you're using Facebook ads in order to get sales, this video is for you because I'm going to speak about the learning phase. The learning phase is very important to know as a dropshipper because if you don't know it, you will go bankrupt. And I see a lot of dropshippers not understanding the learning phase and they spend thousands of dollars into a product that is not worth it. And I'm going to tell you why the learning phase is more beneficial for other kind of people, like let's say Facebook agency owners or e-commerce brand store owners, but not for dropshippers, at least not in the beginning. So most people don't understand the learning phase, and it's a big problem. The Facebook learning phase can drain your money if you don't know what you're doing, especially as a dropshipper. Because my video is specifically for dropshippers. If you're doing dropshipping, this video is for you. You know what was the biggest mistake that I did when I was younger? Because I've been doing dropshipping for 8 years now. And when I started doing dropshipping, I was listening not only to dropshippers, but to brand owners, to Facebook ad agency owners, and I was listening to their tips. Even though their tips are very useful, they don't apply to me because I was not making millions of dollars with brands, and they are giving you advices based on results that they have with big brands and how to optimize if you're making millions of dollars or at least hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And if that's not your case, then those rules don't apply to you as much. Okay, so what is the learning phase? So Facebook says we need 7 days or 50 conversion to properly optimize your ad. And technically, they're right, but there's a catch. As a dropshipper, the learning phase is not your priority. The learning phase helps refine and stabilize results, but it's not magic. It won't turn a bad product into a winning one. At best, it gives you 10-20% improvement. Okay, so if you're a dropshipper and you're just testing a brand new product, and everyone is saying, oh, like on YouTube, because you see a someone that made 100 million running Facebook ads with their agencies, and they say, oh, it is very important you try to optimize for the learning phase. You need to spend more in order to get more sales and to stabilize your ads. Well, all of that is right. But as a drop shipper that haven't find a winning product, that hasn't made a single penny, you need to find your first winning product. What is a winning product? Well, it's a product that can make you sales consistently. So if you have a product that can make you sales consistently, then the learning phase will apply to you eventually, because that product that makes sales consistently, you want to scale it. You want to increase the budget. And by increasing the budget, you are going to start spending thousands of dollars worth of ad spend. And if you reduce your CPA, so your cost per action, the cost to acquire a customer by, let's say, $5, let's say as an example, well, then that's $5 more in your pocket. So that's very good. But most drop shippers, they have a product that they spend like $200-300. They're not making any sales, or at best, they make sales, but they're consistent. And now they're waiting for the learning phase and they're trying to optimize and it never optimize, and they're spending and spending, and they end up spending thousands of dollars. So now they're like, oh, I tested three products. I spent $5,000. Drop shipping doesn't work. Drop shipping, it's a scam. No, drop shipping is not a scam. It's just that you're using tools that agency owners or ecom brand owners are using for you, a brand new drop shipper that have never made a single penny in drop shipping in his life. Those are two completely different game. One, it's all about extreme optimization, and the other one is simply about how can I find as fast as possible a product that makes me money now. And it is what it is. You need to learn the strategy that will fit yourself and not look what other people are doing and thinking like, oh, this should work for me. No, it doesn't work. If you're not listening advice from dropshippers to dropshippers, it's not going to work. And again, you need to understand that those brands, those agencies, they are all about optimization. Why? Because sales is not a problem. They're making sales every day, thousand, hundred of thousand, millions of dollars worth of sales every day. So they don't care about nothing else than optimizing and making sure that Facebook and the algorithm and the pixel and everything is perfect. It shouldn't be the case. You haven't made a penny yet. So how do I test a product? So I test a cheap and fast. So I spend $50 to $100 per product. If I see zero or weak sales, I move on immediately. I don't wait for the Facebook optimization, something that clearly isn't working. So again, if you're making zero sales with your product, you tested, you spend $50, $100, you made zero sales. Okay, you made zero sales. What is that 10%, 20% going to do if you made zero sales? Nothing. And what is that 10%, 20% if you're making sales inconsistently? Nothing. So you need to find something that is consistent, that is strong, that you can scale, that it is printing you money, and then you do optimize. But at the beginning, it's not worth it. Spend as little as you can and test as much as you can. That's what a dropshipper should do. So, who should worry about the learning phase? Brands with consistent winning offers, agency managing big budget, thousand or million. For them, that 10 to 20% can mean tens of thousands in returns. But for you, testing low ticket product is just a waste of your time. So again, like I said, you're a brand new dropshipper and you're taking advice from agency owners, from e-commerce store owners. Well, guys, think about this. And I spoke about this into another video. I said, if, let's say, brands, Facebook agency owners, it's all about optimization. So they're going to tell you things that are right for them. But that doesn't mean that it's right for you. Let me give you an example. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, you need to add bundles, you need to add upsells, you need to work on your email list." Why on earth will you work on bundles, email lists, on any of those things if you haven't find a product that make you sales? If you're not able to have consistent traffic, consistent amount of people purchasing on your website, why on earth would you work on upsells, cross sells, email marketing? There's no point. You don't have something that brings you money. The moment you have something that brings you money and it is consistent, it is worth for you to start thinking about optimizing, increasing, like having a bundle, upsells, cross sales, Facebook optimization. Everything is worth it. Why? Because you have something that makes money. But if you don't have something that makes money, then all of that optimization is worth nothing. So it is what it is. So focus on what matters as a dropshipper. Forget about the learning phase until you're making consistent sales. You have a proven product. You're ready to scale profitably. Until then, test, kill, move on, repeat. Speed is more important than optimization. So this is extremely important. A lot of people, I basically speak with them, and we receive message every single day on Facebook, we receive message on YouTube, we receive message on Instagram, and I ask them, okay, how many product have you tested? And they're like, oh, I tested 5 product last year. How much have you spent? I've spent like $2,000-$3,000. So I'm like, okay, if you look at this, what I say on here, $50 to $100 spent, so let's say 100. So I could have tested 30 products with that $3,000, and you only tested 3. So who's winning? I'm winning, or my students are winning because they test more at the end than you. You're only overspending on a product that it's not worth it. You think it will magically become a brand, magically start making millions of dollars? It doesn't work like that. That's why you need to find unique products, and my brother has plenty of videos about unique product that you can sell. So we'll go watch his videos. They're extremely useful, and they're extremely, they have a lot of content that you can learn from. But like I said, when you test 3, I test 30. My student tests 30. Even sometimes more than that, because I took the 100, but let's be honest, it's closer to $50. So we test closer to 60 products while you test only 3. So we are winning while you are dying. It's simply what it is. So don't overthinking. Don't overthink it. Test, kill, move on, repeat. Speed is more important than optimization when you're a dropshipper that just started. I don't give those advice to my students that are making money consistently. Now I speak about optimization. I do not speak about speed. Why? Because they're making money. And I don't treat my stores that are making money consistently the same way that I treat a brand new store. Keep that in mind. So final thought is stop overthinking the Facebook algorithm. Start focusing on your product, creative, and offer. Let the learning phase work after you find something worth scaling. So it is what it is, guys. If you have any question, let me know down below, and I'll be more than happy to reply to your question. And again, take advice from dropshippers. Don't look at what other people are doing with their brand, because they're beyond drop shipping now. Now it's not even drop shipping, they're brand building. And in that scenario, they're focusing on other things that are more relevant than speed, than testing. Why? Because they have something that works. So this was an amazing video. Wish you all an amazing rest of the day. Take care and peace out.